saying it so frequently, but I have the right to have my needs met. I mean, I'm a human being too. I have needs. I hear it every day of my life. I hear it from people who are in ministry. I hear plans being made that are made because they suit me, rather than to the glory and the honor of God. It's not convenient for me. There used to be a time when it was a joy to sacrifice for God. But try and call a missionary today and they're going to ask him, well, is there air conditioning? Is there? I mean, what are the facilities there? I wish I'd known about air conditioning when I got called to New Guinea. I went into a house that had no electricity, no running water, with a 6-week-old baby. There's some well-intentioned friends in Australia, they sent a water heater out to the world's most impractical missionary. They sent me a water heater, a cylinder round like this and about 6 or 8 feet tall, with another little cylinder that went with it, which I had no idea what to do with. I could never get the water to run because it never occurred to me that the smaller cylinder had to be higher than the bigger one. But I spent days, weeks and months getting pipes, attaching it to the kitchen sink. I said, at least we'll have hot water in the kitchen sink. I was very proud. This is the first practical thing I ever remembered achieving. I actually connected the heater up, and there was a small firebox at the bottom of the heater, and you had to light a fire in there, and that apparently would heat the water. So I wondered if I lit the fire, maybe the water would start flowing. If I made one big mistake, I'm on a mission compound 300 miles from anywhere, in the middle of a New Guinea jungle, surrounded by cannibals, and here's this mission station. And I made the mistake of announcing to all the people who lived on the mission station, Sunday morning, I'm going to have a dedication service and I'm going to light the fire. Because they'd all been watching me with great hilarity install this water heater. You know, it's the missionaries that provide most of the fun for the people in these countries. And they loved the fact that I was so klutzy, that it gave them great humour. And so I was already, Sunday morning, I was up bright and early, and I looked out and there's like 200 or 300 people on the grass outside the back of the house, all waiting for the big event. And it was pouring with rain. You haven't seen rain. You think you've got rain in Seattle. We were getting 400 inches a year. I don't like rain that much, do you? Luckily it was hot as well as wet. We only had 2 seasons, hot and wet and hotter and wetter. I kept a small rowboat outside my back door because sometimes on one day you'd get 20 inches of rain, you had to row out, you couldn't walk out. And I said, well, I'm going to do the fire anyway because there's 300 people out there. They don't want to miss the show. Of course, I had no idea about what kind of show I was about to give them. I'm wearing just a little pair of short pajamas, and I decided I won't even get changed. I'm going to get wet through. So I walk out and get totally drenched. And even the wood is wet. And I put the wood in the firebox, and I stuffed paper in there, and the paper burned up, but the wood wouldn't catch. So having failed to learn the most basic lessons about flammable liquids, I mean, I've already burnt down the store and the garage and other things. The mission actually voted I should live in a thatched hut. Because if it got burnt down, there'd be no loss. So I went to a place where I had a gallon drum of kerosene. The natives, of course, are crowding around enjoying this moment immensely. They know what's going to happen, I don't. And I opened the little fire door and I threw in the whole gallon of kerosene. Oh, no. a miracle I survived the mission field. And apparently there were some sparks in there because there was an explosion that could be heard, I'm sure, a mile away, like a backfire, and out it came, the fire. And I saw 300 people fall on the ground, and in New Guinea, they go like this when they're laughing hysterically, you know. I say, what's so funny, you know? And I looked down and my pajamas had been burnt totally off me. And I'm standing there in all my glory before the pastors and their wives and their children. I think you could say they saw their leader from a totally new perspective, you know. I'll never forget, I ran into the house because my chest was actually on fire. My skin was burning, and I ran in and my wife had her back to me. She was at the kitchen sink. She had the tap on, not knowing that it would never flow. And I said, quick, I'm on fire. And without even turning around, she said, well, what's new? I said, I'm literally on fire. Well, I don't know how I got into that, forgive me. How did that story come up, by the way? Oh, okay. I can't believe that story. I wasn't planning to tell it. Okay, well, it's out now. You have the bare facts now of the story. So this is not about hunger alone. This is about self-sufficiency. And I confess to you this morning, I am a very self-sufficient person. I'm the kind of person you could drop anywhere in the world with no money and I would survive. I'm just one of those people. It wouldn't even bother me. I would enjoy the challenge of doing it. Self-sufficiency.